YouTube, welcome back to some more Higurashi. Last time during the Akasaka, planning the family road trip, he bumped into Oishi and Tomoe. And, that's pretty much all that happened. They got introduced, the future team-up that will help take down Tokyo and Takano, so very exciting. Let's just get right into this. The sky was perfectly clear and blue. A brilliant light was shining down on the classroom from there. Chisato! What the fuck? Hold on. They're back? I think, hopefully I chose the right chapter, right? Pretty sure we're on page 3. Yeah, it has to be. Because this stuff does... Yeah, okay. Anyways, Chisato's back based. The seasonal wardrobe change had already come and gone, and the climate was now switching from warm to hot. And today in particular was especially cloud-free. The clear blue sky certainly was beautiful, but for students who were trapped indoors in class it had no value beyond that. The new gang. It's been a while, and Tamako, dude. Tamako was on classroom duty today, holding a vase full of water in both hands and setting it on a small desk near the locker. Then she opened a window in an effort to cool down, but in came a fresh, warm breeze. Even though it was only morning, the chorus of the cicadas in the schoolyard was particularly loud. They say their lives only last a few weeks. That's why it's appropriate for them to spend their short time on Earth living to the fullest. But while considering the sheer volume of the sound, it would be preferable if they considered the time and place for making that racket. Is that too much to ask for? It is, isn't it? To be fair, they have lawn skirts, man. It probably is hot. Tamako shrugged her shoulders and let out an exasperated sigh, then went back to her desk and used her desk pad like a fan to cool off. Apparently she, too, lacked the energy to deal with today's heat. It's troubling when she's too scathing, but it also bothers him to be ignored. Can't forget our boy Akira. Todo. I remember his name. Todo-kun. Just then, a voice called out to me from outside that classroom. When I lightly turned my head, I found Akira standing by the entrance.
Akira-chan, ohayo.
Ohayo.
Akira was walking over to us, and for a moment he had a blank look on his face that seemed like he wanted to say, "Oh," as he looked around. But he noticed my broad grin and immediately spun back to his usual sullen look as he said, "Good morning, Shisa."
Good morning, Akira.
I want to see like a Mion and Chisato interaction. I feel like they have like similar energy in a way. I feel like that'd be a fun time.
この前貸した俺の英和辞典まだ返してもらってないぞ。一元のリーダーで使うんだからとっとと返せ。
おっと、じいちゃんすっかり忘れてたよ。ちょっと待ってて。
Squatting down to look inside my desk was too bothersome, so I felt my way around inside trying to identify the contents. The number of textbooks abandoned in there was slowly growing. It's such a pain, but maybe I'll take them home today.
こら、千里。こういう場合は借りた方が返しに行くのが礼儀でしょ。いいじゃん。 私とアキラの間柄なんだからさ。ほい、これ。
誤解を招くような言い方するな。たく。
Look at that tomato face, dude. Rare tomato face.
俺のじゃないぞ。
あら、ほんと。
When I looked at the dictionary in Akira's hand, I realized my mistake. The cover was frayed and the pages were all worn out, probably a hand-me-down from an older student. And the publisher is different from the one our school uses, which means this dictionary must belong to her.
えらく使い込んでる感じだな。お前のなわけないか。
失礼だね。その通りだけど。それは夏美の辞書だよ。
I was wondering what's happening to Natsumi. Because the whole like situation in the consorts usually happens like in the future. Not like that far in, but it's still like after the Great Hinamiza disaster, so everything should be chill still, I guess, though she might be having her own problems.
アキラのはこれだ。おい、受け取りやがれ。
受け取れって。あんた、なんで同じ英和辞典を2つも借りてるのよ。
いやー、アキラの辞書よりも夏美の方が付箋とかマーカーがあって
Free hints,
使いやすかった
basically.
からね。
That's the upside of getting a used textbook.
中間試験前の復習こ
There's
こ
some
でやった時
notes on
に強引に借りちゃったんだ。
ちさ、もうお前には辞書貸さねえ。
After that rough rejection, he snatched the dictionary from my hands. But you could say he is an easy-to-understand guy. Akira stared at Natsumi's dictionary in the other hand for a few seconds, and handed it over with a regretful look on his face.
じゃあその辞書、先週から借りっぱなしなの？
そうだけど、家にも古い辞書があるから大丈夫って言ってくれたし。
そういう問題じゃないでしょ。いくら中間試験が終わった後でも、夏美にはノートとかも借りてるじゃない。あんまり甘えが過ぎると、あの子困っちゃうわよ。
だって夏美の英語のノートって先生の補足話とかも書き込んでてすっごく細かいしさ。
I was trying to say shout out to Chia Sensei, but she didn't even go to that school, so never mind.
でも数学はあの子にヘルプしてあげてるんだからプラモイゼロでしょ。
そういう問題じゃないでしょ。まったく。
Hamako was stunned as she said that, but it's true that all people have their strengths and weaknesses, sure. It's much more efficient for each person to use their own expertise to help others on subjects they have a weaker understanding in. Excuse. Plus, Natsumi's notes were definitely a bit harder to read than an honor roll student like Tamako's, but she double-checked the parts she didn't understand and asked the teacher questions when necessary. So for me, it was much more helpful and detailed than a regular old reference book, and it was a big help for the test a few days ago. Well, back when I told her I was borrowing it, I'm sure she did say it was unreasonable. I'm sure that even if you subtracted all the loans and debt I had accumulated, it would take more than just ice cream to pay her back. Next time I go shopping near the station, maybe I'll look for something cute to give her as a thank you gift? Yeah, that sounds good.
ああ、そういえば。
夏美はまだだよ。
まだ何も聞いてないだろ。
Akira's face turned bright red after receiving an answer, before even asking his question. On the other hand, judging by his restless demeanor, it was totally obvious what he was going to ask about.
はいはい、言わなくても分かってるっつーの。あんた教室入るときにあっちこっち目向けてあの子がいないか探しながら来てたくせにバレバレだよ。
そんなことはねえよ。ただ
ただ
Tada!
なんでもない。
I guess he couldn't come up with a good excuse because he just shut his mouth and kept quiet. Oh no, it looks like I took my teasing too far. If I badger him anymore, he'll just sullenly turn tail and head back to class. Even if Natsumi is running late, she should be here soon. I'm sure she'd want to talk to Akira face to face, so I need to keep him here a little longer.
ちょっと遅れるって言ってたけど、多分もうすぐ来るよ。予令もまだみたいだし、ここで待っていれば？
だから俺は。
夏美ね、登校前に病院寄ってくるんだって。里のところの佐伯総合病院だから、そんなに時間かからないと思うけど。
病院ってどこか悪いのか？
Nah, she just works in the department there, right? Tomato gave me a look and shrugged his shoulders to say, "This is it." Jeez, he pretends not to notice, but he gives up the ghost when he gets caught off guard like this. He's honest to a fault. Well, I guess that just shows how special she is to Akira.
ああ、違う。病院だって言っても、おばあちゃんの定期検査の付き添いだってさ。一人で行ったら迷うかもしれないから、途中まで送っていくってね。
なんだ、そうなのか。
よかったね、あきらくんや。あんたの夏美ちゃんに何事もなくて。
関係ないって言っただろ。
まあでも夏美ってそういうところ本当に優しいよね。あきらちゃんもそう思わない？
もう
Tomato cut in trying to soothe the situation, and Akira scratched the tip of his nose as he nodded back to her. Ever since old times, he always used that habit to hide his embarrassment. Maybe I should tell him someday. Nah, it's good to have a little tell, you know?
この前も
Keep
横
notes
断
on
歩
that.
道を渡ろうとしていた見ず知らずのおじいさんの手を引いてあげたりして、結構気がつくのよね。将来は介護士を目指すって言ってたけど、まさに転職かも。アルバイト先の介護センターでも評判いいんでしょ？
Should you saying that out loud? She's not supposed to have that, right?
主任の山瀬さんもよく
Oh, I
働
had to
いて
say
気
all
の
now.
回る子だって褒めていたからね。
Yamase's alive! Let's go!
いやー、紹介した私も鼻が高い
Well,
わ。
she would be, again. No matter what time period. Because the disaster hasn't happened yet.
お前が威張るな。
何を言う？私はあの子の保護者だよ。ということは、私の手取り足取りの教育の賜物だと誇って当然じゃない。
むしろ反面教師だろ。
Yeah, I laughed it off as a joke, but that girl really is such a hard worker. Honestly, I think she's amazing. I heard that she had a really hard time keeping up with classes when she first transferred to the school, since she was coming from the countryside. But she studied late every single day and constantly prepared herself for class until she was finally able to catch up with us. So she's doing better academically in this fragment. She listened intently in class, took a lot of notes, and asked the teacher plenty of questions when she didn't understand something. There's not a teacher in the world who'd be disappointed by her earnest, hard-working attitude. That's why even our loathsome teacher, Ogata, who values test scores above all else, is particularly fond of Natsumi. Wow, that's crazy. Remember they had a rivalry back in the other arcs. And I found it hard to believe, but that sort of behavior didn't draw any criticism from her classmates. In fact, they're overwhelmingly in her favor. While it's certainly true that she's not the most talented person around, she more than makes up for it through sheer effort. That was my precious friend.
君吉さんに嫉妬したりしない？
Classmates once asked me mean-spirited questions like that. I let out a nasal laugh. Sorry, but we're not in a one-sided relationship. We talk things over with one another, and sometimes we get into fights, but we make up shortly afterwards. We understand that there aren't just fun and happy times, but also sad and painful times, and we seek out ways to support one another. We've climbed walls together and scaled mountains that other people couldn't comprehend. She's one of my best buddies. I'm so proud to call her a friend, and I can't say I have any dark feelings about being compared to her. No hard feelings about Toto too, hopefully. I believe from the bottom of my heart that I have the same sort of bond with Natsumi as I have with my childhood friends Tamako and Akira. Right, my role now is to help her find happiness. So, I'll do anything for Natsumi.
千里？
なんだいたま
Someone like
こ。
fall?
どうかしたの？急に黙り込んじゃって。
いや別に。
Just then, the class... Oh, Natsumi. The classroom door rattled as it slid open, then I heard a cute breathless voice as someone rushed inside. Dude, I say this every time. Natsumi's voice actor, super cute voice. I love it, actually.
噂をすればなんとやら。
One of the dark horses for best voice acting in Higurashi, for sure.
おはよう夏。
You saw that. We saw that in the opening. I was internally questioning it, but I didn't want to say anything. No more buns. No more double buns. She's going for the long hair. I don't know what to think of it, honestly. That moment. History had moved forward. No, it came to a halt. Well, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but all of us froze on the spot, completely at a loss for words. It doesn't look bad, though. It just looks so different.
東堂くんもおはよう。
Tamako and Akira were too dumbfounded to answer, with their eyes open wide, and I'm sure I was making the exact same face. And it wasn't just us, but all the students in the entire classroom. They all stopped chatting and stood stunned, fixated on her.
みんなどうしたのかな？
It's like what happens if you're in high school and one of your classmates goes bald, like willingly. Oh my god, you know, it's little things like that are heavily impact the classroom, I guess, because, you know, they're kids, they don't really have other stuff to worry about. I liked it, though. It's already kind of growing on me, though the buns were kind of sick. The dual buns, and I guess you need a lot of hair to make that work. That adorable voice, that comforting ring to it, and that face radiating a friendly atmosphere. No doubt about it, this is my best friend. However, what?
やっぱりこの髪変。
Everyone's shocked. Right before my eyes, this beautiful girl turned her gaze downward, scared to look at us in our current state. And, seeing her looking like a small animal, I... Snap. I felt something in my heart tear open and spoke up.
Natsumi!
結婚してください。
Jesus. I ignored Natsumi screaming and jumped over to hug her petite little body.
なんだこの可愛らしいものはこの世のもの？人の生み出した文化の極み。
Well, I guess it's a hit. I don't know, I thought the buns were pretty cute too, but it's a new look.
いや違う。まさに妖精 天使の造形、幻想世界の産物だ。
佐渡ちゃん。
言葉ってなんて不便。これを見て可愛い、美しい、麗しいという以外の表現が全然見当たらないなんて。この美を表現するには日本語じゃ足りん。英語、フランス語、ドイツ語、ロシア語、カムチャッカ語、
My God.
すべての対象単語を並べ立ててもその半分も言い尽くせない。
What's Kamchakan?
それでも一言で言えって言う
Sorry, I
の
have
な
to
ら
Google that now.
私が世界の中心に立って言ってやる。
Kamchatan. Oh! The Kamchakan or Chukchi Kamchacha language are a family of northeastern Siberia. It's real.
そう愛していると。
Anyways, Chisato's spitting.
何を言って。
そうだ、そうなのだよ。私は今やっと気がついた。私がこれまでずっと探し求めてきたもの、それは富？それとも名声？
Keiichi level of speech, honestly.
いや、そんなくだらないもののために私はこの世知辛い世の中を生きてきたんじゃない。私が欲しかったのは、そう、ただ一つの愛。それがユウだ。君吉夏美。
Wah.
ちょっと千里。
うるさい。
Silence,
触るな、
wench.
近寄るな。私は決心したぞ。こんな可愛いもの誰にもやらん。まあ、たとえ日本の国家予算を全部渡すと言われてもノーセンキューでお断りだ。今日ここで私は宣言する。私は女をやめるぞ。
Oh my What the?
おい小さ。
でい、そこをどけアキラ。この子はもう私の嫁だ。
Well, rip, rip at her.
行くぞ夏美。同性婚が認められているオ
Netherlands.
ランダへ。
Damn, look at that. Canada allows it too. Well, actually, I don't know if they allowed it back then. But good banter. Good banter, Chisato. You got Bob, though. The tomato special.
なんだこ
Budok. I received a heavy blow to the back of the head. In the moment I instinctively relaxed my grip from the pain, Tomato pulled Natsumi into her chest.
れ。何するのさ、タマコ。
それはこっちのセリフだ。何公衆の面前でとんでもないこと口走ってるのよ。
Kinda a little crazy.
とんでもないことあるか。
It's a little crazy.
私はただ欲求と願望に忠実に行動しただけだ。それのどこが悪い？
爪の先から頭のてっぺんまで極悪よ。
Tam owned. And then Tomato turned toward Natsumi, who she was tightly embracing in the force of that maneuver. Hey, Tomato, why is your face suddenly turning red? Is it just my imagination, or is there something different about the way she's looking at Natsumi? She just wanted a hotter for herself?
たまこちゃん。
She's scheming?
ごめんね
You know
夏美
Tomato's a little schemer, dude. She showed her true colors in the second part of the Tomoe trilogy.
いきなりのイメチ
She
ェン
could
だ
be
っ
a
たから
little schemer.
私びっくりしすぎちゃって。
その変じゃないかな。
変どころかすっごく可愛い。
Ba-ba-ba-bam.
どこかのお嬢様かと思っちゃったよ。
一言付け加えるなら、
Ah,
私もれっきとしたお嬢様です。
it's a little debatable.
はい、パチモンお嬢様。イメージ壊れるから少し黙ってて。
どい
Okay.
こらタマコ、つうか
Tomatoes
その手を
wilding.
離せ。
素敵、かわいい。もううちにテイクアウトしたいわ。いいわよね、夏美。反論は聞かないわよ。
Tomato completely ignored me as she said that and let out a mew while embracing Natsumi. Hold up, Tomato. That's my role. You're supposed to be situation control. Don't switch our roles around without even asking first. It's all up to Atra. Save us. Save Natsumi.
東堂くん。
何
Meanwhile, Atra is left all on his own in this hustle, standing there in shock until Natsumi finally called out to him and brought him back to his senses. That moment, his face turned boiling red, and he turned away to dodge Natsumi's gaze.
この髪
I
型
mean, it's not weird. It's just let down, you know? It's a whole new look.
いや、俺は、
Oh boy, that one really is completely useless in situations like this, isn't he? Even though it would be more than enough to just say, it's nice. 'Cause it is nice. Jeez, he's hopeless.
おいおいアキラ、ひょっとして気に入らないってのか。
え？
がっかりだね、夏美。
Ba, ba.
アキラは美術で綺麗どころを見すぎて、美人ってどんなものかを忘れちゃったみたいだよ。なあ、アキラほどにもなると美しいって感じる水準が高くなるのも仕方ないけどね。
そんなことあるか。綺麗だよ。
There you go, let it go. Akira suddenly responded to my provocation, and when Natsumi heard that, her eyes popped out wide as her face flushed over. Good job, Chisato. And when he noticed that reaction, he went, ah, but it was too late to take back the words he inadvertently let slip. Bum, bum.
東堂くん。
その髪型、本当に綺麗すぎて、なんて言っていいか。だから、
ありがとう。
あ、
Akira was faltering, trying his hardest to set aside his bashfulness and say something, but as soon as he received his reward of a smile at point-blank range, his face turned red and he fell silent. Well, I guess for a blockhead like him, that really was him doing his best. In fact, he was speaking well up until the end there. Yeah, good effort. A for effort.
君吉さん。その髪とっても綺麗。
Dude, these guys are bun haters. I always thought her hairstyle looked good, but her hairstyle's good, I swear. I like the buns, the double buns.
ちょっとだけ触ってもいい？
Does you need to? And that's just seeing, like, having it let down shows the hair in all its glory.
うん。
Buns are a little less, they're more like informal, I guess.
サラサラ。モデルさんみたい。素敵だな。ねえ、普段どんなシャンプー使ってるの？
Head and shoulders.
どうやったらこんなに綺麗になるの？
それは。
I don't use head and shoulders. I forgot what I use. It's like a mint thing. It's like green. It's bright green. Well, not like radioactive green, like dark bright green. That doesn't make sense, but yeah, and it smells like mint, and it's nice. Other girls circled around Natsumi to shower her with praise and ask questions. Some of them weren't normally very close to her, but her hair today was so beautiful they wanted to give her their attention. She got the hair buff. Long, beautiful hair is an age-old desire for girls. And even more so for the boys. What, to get girls with long, beautiful hair, I assume?
ねえアキラ
I don't know,
さ
man.
やばいよ
Let me know in the comments. Double bun Natsumi or long-haired Natsumi. I'm fine with either. I just feel like while this is good, there's a little disrespect going on about the double buns. Okay, I don't take the double bun slander lightly.
は？何がだよ。
周り見てみなよ
He's popular now, dude.
軽く言っちゃってる
He got competition. Edgar abruptly checked his surroundings, and then his eyes opened wide. Right on the edge of his line of sight, the ace of the volleyball team, Maida, was gazing back this way with his mouth open wide. Not Maida, dude. He's trying to step his game up. And Yokoyama. Bro, who the fuck? It's not that, never mind. I don't know if you even saw that message. And Yokoyama, the potential leader of the brass band, was constantly eyeing up Natsumi while chatting with his friend. Both of them were rather handsome and quite popular with the girls to boot. Plus, the student council officer, Mimura, was just gawking at her with his cheeks flushing red. If I remember right, rumor has it he was even picked up by a fashion magazine. And the rest of the masses were, well, I needed to say more.
おい。
あらあらこいつは争奪戦が近々勃発しそうな勢いだね
争奪戦？
Quest for Natsumi's hand.
そりゃそうだよ女子がこれだけ騒ぐくらいなんだから男子なら黙って見てるはずがないじゃないの
Gotta take away the hair buff after it's your only shot. In just a few days, no maybe even by tomorrow morning, her locker will be a total battlefield. Some ass might even ask me or Tomato to deliver a message on their behalf. Well, there's no way I'd do anything for a guy that lazy though.
それより大丈夫かいアキラあんた
Need to
この
step
まま
your
黙って
game
見
up.
ててもいいの
どういう意味だよ。
そういう意味だよ夏美って結構推しが弱いからね
He's in her popular arc now.
ちょっとかっこいい
Standing
や
out
つ
of
から
control
告白され
here.
たらコロッと OK しちゃうかもしれないなしかもこれで注目度が一気に上昇でしょもともと隠れファンが結構いた
The
んだけど
hidden fans,
い
the
きなり
real
株価
G's.
急騰って感じだね
そうなのか？
As Takano's thoughts go down, Natsumi's thoughts rise. Oh, now he's getting worried. After to no longer afford to keep up the act, when facing that shocking fact, his eyes widened the moment I cajoled him.
おや
Don't cajole my boy like that.
夏美が安全株だと思って余裕ぶっかましてたとか
そんなことない。いや、そもそも俺は
素直になりなよアキラ動くなら今しかないってこれだけは間違いない
Akira must have been feeling a grave sense of danger, as he actually obediently listened to me instead of ignoring me like I was talking crazy the way he always did. Rude. But looking at the situation right now, I suppose that was to be expected. Just then, the bell rang out to put an end to the commotion. It was almost time for the first period.
はいはいアキラもうすぐ授業開始だよとっとと自分の教室に戻りんさい
おう。
しゃあないな。昼休みにいい策授けてやるから、またその時においで。
Yeah, we need a game plan. Gotta strategize on this shit. After quietly whispering that in Actor's ear, while he anxiously stared at Natsumi, I shoved him out of the classroom with my shoulder. Jeez, this couple always needs so much
千
babysitting.
里
何かね、タマさんや。
The other Tama. I'm just so used to the Muv-Love Tama. I always just call her Tamako, because it's a funny name.
なんでもない。
After saying that, Tamako went over and calmed the noisy girls down, then returned to her desk. I watched her back as she went, then shrugged my shoulders and returned to my seat. Don't worry, Tamako. This is my choice. My decision. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Now I am gonna have to cut this episode short. I know all the episodes have been short, but I'm doing this right before I'm streaming, so I actually have to go stream, so I don't have time to finish this. But good episode. I'm excited. You know, we're switching from the top dynamic to some Natsumi and the Jane stuff is always fun. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see Chisato's game plan for Akira to win Natsumi's heart next time in Higurashi Miotsukushi Ura. Ra ra ra.